Hey everybody, welcome back. Bought this outboard for my Jon boat. This is a manual start outboard, so it does not have a lighting coil in it or a charge circuit. Been doing a little research, and some guys could actually go back and put the charge circuit in this pretty reasonably priced. It'll charge your battery while you're just out running your boat. My pontoon kind of has that set up, and I never have to charge my pontoon battery or anything, so I thought this might be a good option for me. So what I did is I went out and I bought the coils that go to this motor, which, I mean, I can actually leave in the description the coil part number for, it's an 8-horse and a 9.9 Mercury. I don't really know what years, but the 4-stroke Mercury. These coils fit that, and then the rectifier. So the coils actually produce the electricity. I've heard AC power. I don't know. I just know that it produces the power, and then the rectifier actually makes it a usable, like a 13 or a 14 volt DC current to charge the battery with. So that's what I'm going to install these today, and I thought I'd do a little video, show you how I did it, and hopefully it'll help you. Let's get going. All right, first things first, take this cover off here. Actually, looks like 3 10mm bolts to take out for this pull starter. I think we can just kind of lay this over here to the side. All right, next is the flywheel. It is a 19mm socket. Anyway, in order to get that off of there, I bought a harmonic balance puller from Harbor Freight. Pretty reasonable, 17 bucks. I think you can rent these from O'Reilly's. I know you can. For virtually free. I mean, you pay for it more or less, and then you take it back when you get done with it. That's how their system is designed. I'm hoping it doesn't take much to take this flywheel off of here. Alright, see if this little dinky thing will take it out of here. Okay. Anyway, flywheel comes off of there. It's over here out of the way. You can see where these 2 charge circuit coils go. If I can make sure you see that. These 2 right here and these 2 back here. See how my coils look on there. Well, yeah, that looks nice. Looks like that's going to work just right. I don't really know which way is up and which way is down. seems like it should go this way, but that would kind of put this up here underneath that flywheel catch and stuff, so I don't think we want to do that. So the bolts, I mean, I didn't get bolts with this, so kind of picked up a few here, a couple different lengths. What size this other coil has in it here. It is a 30 millimeter long, 6 millimeter thread. It's a 6 millimeter -1, so a 6 millimeter 1 by 30 millimeters is the length. See if I can. This is the right bolt. I bought these stainless steel. I mean, I'm assuming that's probably best. You can see the one I bought and the one that was there is exactly the same, so 30 millimeter long. These have, looks like, some thread locker on them, so I'm going to put that back on there because you sure as heck don't want this coming loose. I'm going to use this Permatex thread locker. Looks like the red stuff's on there. I'm going to put blue back on there. Blue's good stuff. Non-vibrate loose stuff, so it ought to be fine. I think I broke this one loose a while ago. Oh, it's still pretty in there, pretty tight though. There, this is an aluminum housing. Don't overkill these things. You don't want to strip those out and it's all over. So that looks pretty okay-ish there. I think maybe I'll put a couple of zip straps around that. Okay, looks good. This rectifier, I'm not sure where I'm going to mount it. Wish I knew where it went from the factory. Kind of wondering if it didn't go. There's only one mounting hole on it. There's a mounting hole right here. Not sure how that's going to work with the flywheel. Maybe I should put that flywheel back on, that way I can see. Make sure it fits there. Still got my washer in there. That never came out. I'll line up my key. There's a keyway here. Let's show you this. Keyway right here. Line my flywheel up with it. There it went. Washer back on. Make sure there's no binding here. Nothing's hitting. I'm just going to set this pull starter back on here for a second. I think maybe that rectifier does go right here. It says it's a single hole right here in the middle. It's not in the way of anything. So, I guess that's what I'll do is all that, right? There at the front. Here's a little closer. This little hole right here. Assuming this is also a 6mm thread, which it is. Hopefully, this thing is long enough to accommodate. Yep, looks like it is. So this is a 25mm length, and this will work out just fine. Mount that down there. Okay. In place. This thing has a ground on it, which I will just one of these other grounds over here on this side. There's another ground right here. I'll just stack it on top of that one. There's already a couple of them in there. I'll actually have to have a ground in order to get power out of this, so I'll have to maybe tie into another one there. For my ground, but these here, these are color coordinated. So you have a white to a white, a yellow to a yellow. I'll tuck these. Pack of wires here. And so the question is, do we get any power from here and the ground? One way to tell is to fire this thing up and see how it does. See, I got 12.85 volts at idle, which will charge my battery. So, happy with it. You get this thing on the boat, on the lake. That's going to do it for this video. I actually did hit over 13 volts for charging there a while ago, and I think it's going to work great. See you next time.